swell been speaking in an empty room, for no one cast even a glance in my direction. Fan! There was little I could have said to Lieutenant Shiroyama at that point. Fan was determined to get through to his brother, 47, whether he liked it or not, whether he would tolerate it or not. 47, I don't want to be your enemy. We're brothers. Even though half the blood in my veins is human, an inferior human, and you will stop referring to me, or any in this colony, as your brother, 47 returned, but with far less malice, and distinct notes of fear making their way into the cadence of his voice. The general's son, Ripp Grunt, cautiously approached them, his gaze shifting back and forth from 47 to Fran. He looked as though he were going to say something, but his eyes filled with tears at the sight of Fran breaking down. Did this child know the pain of a brother's rejection too? As injured as he was, I did not expect such boldness from Fran, but he quickly rose off the floor and seized 47 in his arms. It was my first instinct to try and forestall Fran, but I found myself having to restrain Lieutenant Yorworth instead. Lieutenant Yorworth, I whispered through my teeth to him. Theo looked as though he wanted to turn his anger towards me, but I was ready for that. In our youth together, I've been the target of Theodore Yorworth's wrath many times. Seth, Captain Vincent, they're going to hurt him. Look at what they've done to him already. Lieutenant Shiroyama is like my little brother. Are you going to just stand there and let them kill him? Fran is our little brother, I corrected Theo. But think on this. If we charge toward 47 now, the whole colony will move to protect their leader, and we could be endangering Fran even more. They could kill him outright. Theodore bit back whatever he wanted to say to me, causing his lower lip to bleed slightly. 47, my mother wants to see you again. My dad wants to meet you, Fran persisted. I want you to come home with me. Here, let me show you. We watched in great fear as he pulled 47 to him and pressed his forehead against his.
Buzz, is there no possibility that you could call off the strikes? Pascal implored. Ripp, he's your son. I know that you've always treasured duty, but you also treasure your family, even if you would never admit it. I felt the urge to strike Pascal once again, but I knew what he said was correct. Sometimes I think he knew my heart better than I myself did. It had been so since we were children together. Pascal regarded me with an expression of the purest wonder, which made me most uncomfortable. Laszlo! He shouted, hugging me so tightly that it was as though he were trying to merge his body with my own. I'm Pascal and I'm your big brother. Yes, I know you're taller than me, but I'm still your big brother. I was gobsmacked. Oh, we've got another brother too. His name is Vincent. He's only a toddler still, but he's very smart. He drew a planisphere this morning, you gotta see it. And that's Jenny, she's our big sister. You'll like her because she's really nice. She wants to be a nurse when she grows up, so if you fall down or something, she'll sort you out straight away. Mother, Father, medical technologies are so wondrous these days, aren't they? To think that you were able to not only have Laszlo, but to grow him up too. I think you grew him up a bit much, though, because he's taller than I am. But I guess the technologies are still experimental, though, aren't they? So things like height and maturity aren't that easily controlled, eh? Oh, Pascal, Dr. Curious began. I'm still pregnant. Your brother Laszlo, or if this child is female, then your sister Hypatia, will not be here for another 7 months still. Then who is? This is Buzz Grunt. He'll be living with us for a while. I thought for certain that Pascal would resent me for not being that new sibling he had seemed so excited to meet. However,
well, that's okay. Buzz Grunt, you can still be my brother if you want to.
I tried not to like Pascal, nor the rest of the Curious family. They were not military people after all. As different from us as the land is from the sky. But 2 weeks on, it proved to be a daunting feat not to love the Curiouses in return. They were very generous with their attentions and their affections, as though time with one another was essential to their survival as food and shelter. Not once was I excluded from these times, and even though I would not admit it to myself then, I began to enjoy the prospect of having siblings, especially a brother like Pascal.
Buzz, what's the matter?
How could I explain to Pascal? He, who could never understand,